Like with me and my wife, man, we met in college and became friends first, right, before we went to that next level. So I got to see her get her first apartment, and I got my first apartment, so we was talking and talking, kind of going from there. And as jobs build up and careers build up, right, you start seeing the progression of the individual. You start seeing, okay, finances starting to roll in the right place, and then again, it's just a natural progression. And you just kind of get to a point and say, hey, we like being around each other. We know each other for years at this point. That's just the next step, bro.
Yeah.
You had that conversation. Like it's no necessary time one, kind of like what Mike was saying. Everybody has their own individual, mindset of you just don't have that gut feeling. So okay, we're comfortable, we're ready, so it's gonna take that next step. And what we did when we got the apartment, man, and and there we stayed in there for almost 2 years, bro. And then when we got to that point, I mean, we just kind of, hey, what's next?
Yeah.
So it just, you start talking about buying, Zay talking about buying a home. So that was a goal for us from the get go, because like I saw my mom instilled in us, from back in the day, from day one, and said, hey, make sure you know how to save, right? Take care of that money, and then home ownership, So I got to see that firsthand with my folks back in the day, and we talked about it early on of what our goals wanted to be, and that was at the forefront. Say, hey, we're gonna talking about what we want us to be together, what we look like, and as we were planning and doing living with each other and moving on and moving up.
But I came from a notion of and a belief of waiting until I got married.
Old school, yeah.
Old school, man.
That's what my parents were.
Yeah, to move in, and I don't think it had nothing to do with pride or my stuff, your stuff kind of thing. It was just my spiritual belief. And, growing up, I'm a preacher's kid. So growing up, man, my dad he never like scolded me, or kept me away from what you guys have talked about. He said, if that's the route you go, then that's the route you go. He said, but he was just letting me know, like, if you're going to fool around and lay around with women and doing all this, you need to go ahead and get married to one. I came from the background of, you have your space, you have your place, I got my place. When we get married, we'll move in. But I had this idea that, when I come over to your spot, or you come over to my spot, it was, to me, that was like an audition in itself.
Of course, yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I make it complete sense.
It's like an audition in itself, without saying it.